And we're live.
Is Chair Massey on?
I think he's on.
Okay.
Just
okay. We can start, Vice Chair Swanson, whenever you're ready.
Okay. I was just waiting to make sure Walter was here, and then yep, here he is.
Okay.
Where? Oh, okay. I'm here. Okay.
Welcome.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so good afternoon. The Thursday, June 3rd, 2021 meeting of the Committee on Academic Affairs and Student Services is now called to order. For the record, we continue to be subject to restrictions in the size and types of gatherings that are permissible, and the state of Illinois continues to operate under a statewide disaster proclamation first issued by Governor Pritzker on March 9th of 2020 and reaffirmed on May 28th of 2021. Will the Chief Advisor please call the roll?
Chair Massey?
Here.
Trustee Williams?
He just put in the chat that he's here and he sees everyone but himself. Okay, there.
Okay, thank you. And Vice Chair Swanson?
Here. So thank you. So welcome and thank you everyone for joining us today. I also want to take a moment to congratulate the recent graduates. And I know I speak for the rest of the board when I say job very well done. And we're thrilled to have everyone go off into their next ventures. And I know we'll hear more about that at the board meeting. Today we will get to hear from Sarah Lichtenstein-Walter, Associate Vice Chancellor for Academic Programs, and Veronica Aguilar, Director of Strategic Initiatives for Academic Programs. In addition to the presentation, we will also review the board reports that will be considered during the June regular board meeting, which will take place later this afternoon at 2:00 p.m. So before we get started, Provost Potter, do you have any remarks for us today?
I do, thank you, Vice Chair Swanson, and good afternoon, everyone. As we're here today for our June committee meeting, I'm happy to report that we have wrapped up our spring semester 2021 at City Colleges of Chicago. On May 23rd, I had the pleasure of watching the virtual commencement ceremony for associate degree earners. I know many City Colleges students, families, faculty, and staff watched it as well to celebrate our graduates and their accomplishments. And the ceremony does remain online if you missed it. With the end of the semester, we've now completed a full academic year of teaching and learning during the pandemic. I want to thank the many staff and faculty who more than a year ago adapted quickly and efficiently, and then since then sustained the effort to offer quality remote courses and services. The crisis spurred us to increase our online and remote capabilities and options. We'll continue to provide these options to meet our students where they're at. By this fall, though, City Colleges will be back, offering an array of in-person classes as well as online courses. Students can register for fall through mid-August, and our summer session begins next week on June 9th. Registration is still open for summer session as well. Our recent course delivery innovations have been made possible by technology, in part at least. Technology that is setting the pace for our economy and that is central to success in numerous career fields. City Colleges is responding to the moment to meet this demand and prepare Chicagoans to seize the opportunities in the tech sector. We've brought several technology programs to the board for consideration and approval over the last several months, as the trustees are aware. Today, as the Vice Chair mentioned, Associate Vice Chancellor Sarah Lichtenstein-Walter and Director Veronica Aguilar will provide context for these programs by presenting on the district-wide strategy for IT program development and delivery. And with that, I conclude my remarks and hand it back to you, Vice Chair.
Thank you, Provost Potter. We will now begin the review of agenda items. Associate Vice Chancellor for Academic Programs and Director of Strategic Initiatives for Academic Programs, please proceed with your presentation.
Vice Chair, I'm not certain that I'm seeing Associate Vice Chancellor Lichtenstein Walter.
She just joined, Mark.
Oh, there she is. Okay, thank you.
So good afternoon, Chair Massey, Vice Chair Swanson, trustees, Chancellor Salgado, and others present. I am Sarah Lichtenstein Walter, Associate Vice Chancellor for Academic Programs, and I'm pleased to introduce Veronica Aguilar, Executive Director of Technology Strategy, after today's board, to share our vision for building an inclusive technology talent pipeline at City Colleges of Chicago.
Thank you, ABC. Good afternoon, trustees. Through a system-wide focus on technology academic initiatives, City Colleges of Chicago is uniquely positioned to develop and support an inclusive technology talent pipeline in this economy. Today, I want to talk about that vision and how we will get there. Next slide, please. As we enter a post-pandemic world, the need for strong talent pipeline in the tech industry in Chicago has never been greater. Even before the pandemic, the city and business community have identified bringing workforce opportunities to Black and Brown communities as a priority to strengthen Chicago's economy. The pandemic and the murder of George Floyd have heightened the urgency to diversify the technology workforce in this growing and increasingly vital industry. As we recover, newly unemployed workers in industries that have been decimated may need to change directions and reskill. City Colleges is perfectly poised to reach and develop this diverse talent pipeline at this unique moment in time. Next slide, please. We know technology roles are consistently growing across the city. There are more than 7,000 high-wage annual openings across the tech industry in Chicago, and that is projected to grow at least 6% in the next 10 years. The median earnings in that sector are 2.5 times the living wage in Chicago. While we know the opportunity is great, it is not equitably distributed. This industry faces a serious diversity problem that companies are ready to address in partnership with City Colleges. As we currently serve a more inclusive talent pipeline, one that is more reflective of the city of Chicago, as you can see here, particularly serving more Black, Latinx, and women students. Next slide, please. Our vision is that City Colleges of Chicago serves as an economic engine for the city of Chicago's tech industry. This means that students think of City Colleges first when they're looking to build skills to participate in the tech economy. It means recruiters start with City College students when they're looking to fill roles, and our faculty are on the leading edge, ensuring that our programs meet industry needs. It also means that companies choose to partner with City Colleges as part of their inclusive growth strategy. Next slide, please. The core values underpinning our tech strategy, affordability, accessibility, responsiveness, relevance, and scalability, are City College's competitive edge over other training models. No other institution or model in Chicago is able to deliver on these values the way that we can. Within the ecosystem, City Colleges is perfectly and uniquely positioned for public-private partnerships, especially in regards to our relationships with the city and CPS. Next slide, please. In order for this strategy to actually support the needs of the economy, we need strong industry relationships. Partners inform our programs, they provide students work-based learning opportunities, and ultimately help build City College's capacity. To inform City College work, we'll need multiple layers of this expertise, from high-level insight on industry trends to identify current gaps or opportunities, to sector and program-specific advisories to ensure a match between our training and employer needs, as well as local advisory councils to advise on college-specific initiatives, such as Kennedy King's Tech Launchpad and the Bank of America grant supporting Techquity at Harold Washington College. Next slide, please. The building blocks for developing the most inclusive and competitive tech talent pipeline include academic programs, pathways, industry certifications, work-based learning, and a strong tech brand for City Colleges of Chicago. For programs, this means programming at all 7 colleges within our academic segments, credit, continuing education, and adult education, with an immediate focus on expanding our credit programs and creating new near-term upskilling opportunities within continued education. Pathways provide multiple entry and exit points in our programs for students in high school or GED programming, mid-career students looking to upskill, or students who want to transfer to focus on technology at a 4-year institution. Where relevant, industry certification preparation can be built into our curriculum across all academic segments so that students complete certifications that validate their skills, such as Comptia and AWS. Work-based learning opportunities like apprenticeships ensure students leave City Colleges with a portfolio of work to demonstrate their skills to employers and have opportunities for career exploration. A strong tech brand for City Colleges will be critical to achieving our vision, enabling us to attract strong partners to inform our programs and hire our students. All of this is in tight collaboration with industry engagement and labor market trends. Next slide, please. We're already well underway executing on our strategy with 4 credit pathways, multiple apprenticeships, continued education, and initiatives such as KKC's Tech Launchpad and Truman's new Apple Lab. In the future, we plan to explore new credit programming in data science and cloud computing, for instance, further build out programs that align the technology needs of the sector represented by our Centers of Excellence, and expanding our certification and upskilling opportunities for industry credentials within continuing ed. The success of our leadership in the technology space will require close partnership with all sectors of the industry. More than any other institution in Chicago, City Colleges is best positioned to rise to this opportunity and bring long overdue equity in Chicago's tech economy. Next slide, please. With that, I'd like to thank you for your time and the opportunity to share this vision of City College's technology work going forward. At this time, I'm happy to take questions.
I have a couple of questions. First, what is Comptia? Is that a certificate of some kind?
Yes, within cybersecurity.
And who offers that? Is that City Colleges? It is nationwide?
Yes, it's a nationwide.
Sorry,
yes, thank you for that question.
Mm-hmm.
Comptia is a nationwide certification of their cybersecurity continued education program. It's one well established. We have a long-standing relationship with them, and it's one that we've been running for some time now and plan to expand.
We do currently have some Comptia offerings within continuing education, and our relatively newly developed cybersecurity program was created in alignment with the standards set forth by Comptia.
Second, I know you had an engagement with P33. Could you say a little more about how that factors into your partnerships in the city?
Yes, Sherman, definitely. So as I mentioned earlier, we are building advisory councils, multi-layered advisory councils that will help continue to guide our curriculum development, our work-based learning opportunities especially. And I think working with public-private partners like P33 will help inform these councils, also participate in the councils to continue to move our academic work forward. And I think particularly with P33, where I think they could be the most helpful and best partners with us would be in bringing on industry players to the table that we have not yet engaged, so that we can continue to grow our work-based learning opportunities through apprenticeship programs, but also career exploration early on for students who are just beginning to understand what part of technology they'd like to get into.
Wonderful, thank you.
Massey, I might add that I'm in regular contact with Brad Henderson, the leader of P33. And so there's a very strong connection there. Obviously, Veronica and Sarah are operationalizing that, but we are in strong partnership.
So question, the cybersecurity certification is pretty clear, but then there are these other certifications, Cisco certification, Microsoft certification, Salesforce. So basically you've got hardware, network, software, and even umbrella areas of system integration. Have we, or do we intend to pursue the breadth of those certification options for students?
Thank you for that question, Trustee. The answer, frankly, is yes. So we are looking to expand, especially with the larger tech companies that are building these certification. We already have a strong base with these big players, and the goal is to continue to expand on those relationships and those certifications because they are ever evolving as well. And the holistic strategy is that we are trying to catch up and get ahead of the curve at the same time. And that means that we're establishing a strong foundation and continue to elevate the partnerships that we already have with these big tech players that have these industry certifications that are verified already, and that a lot of technology companies in our city are looking at when they're looking to hire students, especially our demographic of students who are coming to them with an associate degree and certifications on top, or even just the certifications. We've spoken to big tech players already about what truly matters in industry today, and certifications more than anything is coming at top of the list because employers want to ensure that students and talent that they're hiring have the skills that are relevant to today's economy and to their particular needs. And so that means that we are using our established base with these big tech companies and their certifications, looking to expand them under our continued education, but also looking to use that information to inform our academic teaching in programs like software development and cybersecurity, web development, and network technologies, which we know are hyper important and strongly foundational for students' long-term upward mobility within their tech roles.
I'll add also that we already offer a number of those certifications that you mentioned through continuing education. We are a Cisco Academy at our colleges, which allows us access to their suite of training. We've done some initial work with Salesforce. We work with Palo Alto. So in fact, all of those certifying bodies that you named, we are either currently working with or in conversation with actively.
Okay, thank you.
I know we've gotten briefed on the larger, broader roadmap effort too, and could you help connect the dots and just how this work lives within that larger sort of structure or framework?
Sure, thank you. So we are in regular conversation with the early college team and the team at CPS, the career and technical education, as well as the computer science division at CPS. And we have been keeping them informed of developments in curriculum. Veronica has been advising on which courses are best to develop for early college. We're working with them on helping get their teachers credentialed to teach cybersecurity courses in particular right now, but to align those early college opportunities directly into our credit programs.
Terrific, thank you. Any other questions? Okay, I think we're good. Or Chancellor, were you going to say something?
I just wanted to add one element. We also continue to work very closely with four-year universities. And so, as well as the Discovery Partners Institute, which is a part of the University of Illinois system. And so, we are really becoming a go-to partner in many respects, as Veronica had mentioned. And so I just wanted to point out that there's significant work with four-year universities as well.
Excellent, thank you. Well, thank you all. There's obviously just so much going on behind the scenes, like you said, between CPS, the roadmap, the four-year institutions, et cetera. So please thank all of your team as well. It's really, really terrific work. Thank you for your time today.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
So with that, we will now move on to review the items proposed for board action at the June 3rd, sorry, I jumped, regular board meeting, which will take place directly after this meeting starting at 2 o'clock. Will the Assistant Board Secretary please proceed with the review of board reports?
Thank you, Vice Chair Swanson. For our presenters, please provide one after the other, briefly pausing to give the trustees an opportunity to ask any questions they may have about the items being presented. We will begin with resolutions. Associate Vice Chancellor Anthony will review resolutions 1.00 and 1.01, followed by VC Brown, who will review resolution 102, and Provost Potter will review resolution 103. ABC Anthony, please proceed.
Resolution 1.00 requests the board's authority to submit the district's resource allocation management plan report for FY 2023 to the Illinois Community College Board. The RAMP report is an annual mandated submission from the district to the ICCB. It serves as the district's formal request to the state for funding for capital projects. This RAMP resolution is not an approval of a specific expenditure or contract. It serves as the board's approval to submit the listed high priority projects for a funding request, with the understanding that if a project is selected, the district would be responsible for 25% of the total project costs, and associated agreements would be presented to the board for approval at that time. The listed projects were selected based on ongoing assessment of the district's vision, academic, environment and priorities, and facility conditions, and critical deferred maintenance requirements in collaboration with the Chancellor, college presidents, and their leadership teams, as well as the district's Chief Information Officer. Resolution 1.01 requests the board's authority to amend an intergovernmental agreement with the Chicago Department of Transportation's Green Corps program to maintain campus grounds and promote sustainable practices district-wide. The Green Corps program provides hands-on training experience in careers like landscaping, tree care, ecological restoration, and brownfield remediation. The extended term shall run for a one-year period of July 1, 2021 through June 30, 2022 at a total cost not to exceed $350,000. There is one remaining option to extend for one additional year.
I am reviewing resolution 102, authorizing execution of an intergovernmental agreement with the Chicago Housing Authority to provide the delivery of educational and other services to CHA. The Partners in Education program between CCC and CHA is currently operating under a 5-year contract. This resolution is being presented today to exercise its 5th-year term.
Resolution 1.03 seeks board approval for a new program, the Basic Certificate in Racial Healing Practitioner at Kennedy King College. This basic certificate, which Kennedy King College is positioned to begin offering in the fall, stacks into the existing social work generalist degree program at Kennedy King, will prepare students for careers in social and human services, and will provide foundational skills in group counseling, particularly in contexts where racial justice and healing are topics of concern. The certificate will also prepare students for employment as entry-level facilitators of racial healing circles.
I'm so glad we're doing that, Mark. Excellent.
Okay, thank you. CTO Dunning, please review item 2.00, the personnel report.
Good afternoon. Board item 2.0 is a request to approve the June 2021 personnel report. There are 43 actions on this month's report. They include 13 new and rehires, 19 promotions, title and salary changes, and 11 separations and retirements. This concludes the personnel report.
Thank you. Chief of Staff, Veronica Herrero, please review item 3.00, the resource development report.
Thank you. The June Resource Development Report includes 4 funded awards totaling $154,000. Among the grants received is the Women in Diesel grant from the Chicago Community Trust to Olive Harvey College. This program is a specialized cohort that will fast track women of color into the field of diesel technology in collaboration with various partners. The funds will be used to provide supportive services, tools, training, tuition supports, and apprenticeship opportunities. The June Resource Development also includes 19 grants submitted for a total of approximately $9.5 million and 1 donation valued at $5,000. Among the 19 grants submitted, 18 were submitted by colleges. The proposals focus on advancing efforts related to equity, work-based learning opportunities, and strengthening their centers of excellence and equity. 1 grant was submitted by the district office to continue to support the Chicago Roadmap efforts in partnership with CPS. This concludes the June Resource Development Report.
Thank you. We will move on to agreements, which will proceed as follows. ABC Anthony will report on agreement 4.00 and 4.01. Chief Information Officer Martin will review agreement 4.02. ABC Guiley will review agreement 4.03. CTO Dunning will report on agreement 4.04, followed by Director of Risk Management Pasquarelli, review of agreement 4.05. President Sanders will report on agreement 4.06, and President Hollingsworth will review agreement 4.07.
Agreement 4.00 requests the board's authority to execute an agreement with Mundo Electric Company to maintain the electrical systems in all district facilities for the period beginning July 7, 2021 through July 6, 2024 at a total cost not to exceed $3,500,000. The agreement shall have 2 options to renew for 1 year each. Mundo Electric Company will provide routine and emergency repairs and parts for the colleges as needed, to include all wiring for lighting, power, panels, and termination points. Agreement 4.01 requests the board's authority to exercise the option to renew an agreement with Parkway Elevators for maintenance and repair services district-wide for the period of July 1, 2021 through June 30, 2022 for a total cost not to exceed $2 million for the renewal term. Parkway Elevators shall provide full preventive maintenance and repair services for vertical transportation systems district-wide for our elevators, escalators, and wheelchair lifts to ensure continued safe operations.
4.02 is for the authorization to execute an agreement with Comcast Business. Comcast will provide dedicated internet access to CCC, allowing campuses to meet the ever-increasing internet bandwidth demands by students, faculty, and staff, and further support cloud-based applications and services. The terms of the agreement is for period June 7, 2021 and ending June 30th, 2026 at a total cost not to exceed $540,000.
Agreement 4.03 is for the authorization of funds to move ahead an agreement with the following vendors for printing and mail house services beginning July 2021. Sunrise High Tech, 100% MBE, Motor Graphics, 93% MBE and 7% WBE, some subcontract, and Lake County Press, 25% MBE. An extensive RFP process has been conducted through procurement to select these vendors, and it involved a public notice with multiple diverse vendors. If authorized, the funds will be used to support the entire district. We are requesting the board to authorize a total cost not to exceed $1,250,000 for the term of the agreement and move ahead with these vendors. The term of this purchase shall commence no sooner than July 1, 2021, and will continue no later than June 30, 2024, with an option to renew for 2 additional 2-year periods.
Agreement 4.04 requests the board's approval to execute an agreement with Workforce Software known as CCC Works to maintain services and hardware for the district's electronic time and labor management system solution for the period beginning July 1st, 2021 through June 30th, 2023 at a total cost not to exceed $435,000 for the contract term. Workforce will provide software license support maintenance services to the district to continue to achieve compliance with federal and state legislature. Workforce will also continue to provide the software, data collection terminals, reporting and analytics, training and application support for the system.
Item 4.05 seeks the board approval to accept the recommendation of the Evaluation Committee for district-wide insurance brokerage services. The district engaged an RFP process inclusive of 20 direct emails to those known to be expert in providing such services. The Evaluation Committee is suggesting that the award be made to Alliant Mesro Insurance Brokerage Services. The proposed contract has full direct MBE and WE participation. The annual fee is $85,000. The initial term will be for the period of July 1, 2021 through June 30, 2024, with an option for year 4 and following year 5. We find the response to be superior, and certainly in the judgment of the Evaluation Committee can meet all of the district's needs for the placement of commercial insurance policies.
4.06 is a request to execute an agreement with Hub Parking Technology USA Incorporated, formerly known as Data Park USA Incorporated, to provide parking equipment and maintenance for Malcolm X College for the period from July 1st, 2021 through June 30th, 2026 at a cost not to exceed $150,000. Hub Parking Technology USA Incorporated, formerly Data Park, was the initial board selected vendor, see board report number 32465, through a competitive bid where they were considered to be the most responsive, responsible, qualified bidder. Hub Parking Technology USA Incorporated then proceeded to install all parking garage access control equipment in the new Malcolm X College parking garage in 2015. As such, we are requesting a waiver of the board approved participation plan due to the nature of the service and lack of subcontracting opportunities with this vendor. This equipment will provide Malcolm X College and city colleges with parking garage access control to help ensure both the safety and security of our students, faculty, and staff. In addition, the duration of the contract will ensure the maximum utilization of the parking garage, cost certainty, and help to prevent the possibility of parking privilege abuse.
4.07 seeks board authority to enter into an agreement with B&W Truck Repair to provide tractor trailer maintenance and repair services for Olive Harvey College CDL training vehicles for the period commencing no sooner than June 5th, 2021 through June 4th, 2024 at a total cost not to exceed $500,000. B&W will provide tractor trailer repair services, mobile technician services, preventative maintenance services, and Department of Transportation certification inspection for the Olive Harvey College fleet.
Thank you. ABC Anthony, please proceed with the review of purchases 5.00, 5.01, and 5.02.
Thank you. Purchase 5.00 requests the board's authority to renew the issuance of purchase orders to VCG Uniforms for new uniforms for the Office of Safety and Security on an as-needed basis for the period of July 1, 2021 through June 30, 2023, at a total cost not to exceed $150,000. VCG Uniform will supply and deliver security uniforms throughout the district to ensure security officers are easily identifiable and professionally outfitted. Purchase 5.01, requests the board's authority to issue purchase orders to HOH Water Technology to provide water treatment chemicals for heating, ventilation, and cooling systems district-wide for the period of July 1, 2021 through February 28, 2022 at a total cost not to exceed $80,000. Purchase 5.02, requests the board's authority to issue a purchase order to Delta Heating and Cooling to provide all labor and materials to remove and replace a cracked steel tube sheet on Wright College boiler number 3 for the period of June 3rd, 2021 through December 31, 2021 at a total cost not to exceed $50,950.
Thank you. General Counsel Goen, please review item 6.00, the payment of legal invoices.
Item 6.0 requests approval of legal fees totaling $244,905.19. Such fees cover litigation, employment and labor, corporate, and higher education matters.
Thank you. Vice Chair Swanson, pending no further questions, that concludes the review of board reports.
I'm sorry, maybe I missed it. Did we cover 5.03? Sweetwater Sound?
5.02?
5.
No,
I have a 5.03 here.
Hold on. No, Sweetwater Sound is going to be the July board report. It should be just by, yeah.
Okay.
02.
You good, Bonnie?
Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Okay. So thank you, everyone. May I have a motion to discharge the June 3rd, 2021 board packet, inclusive of the resolutions, personnel items, resource development report, agreements, purchases, and legal invoices included on today's committee agenda as part of the consent agenda to the June 3rd, 2021 regular board meeting.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion carried. Thank you all. And since there's no further business to come before the committee today, may I please have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.